I feel the only option left may be to surrender. The war was fought, life disabled, now the portrait's dismembered. Dead weight, LA weightless and hate. The mind is very powerful, can't find the words to say. I'm pumping dedication straight through these fucking veins. Every moment I delink, cannot afford issues. They fill up my head, they replicate many times again. We watch violence portrayed, rappers inspire drugs and gangs of food, bad habits pushed by governments. They censor names. If you try to expose the root of the cause, nobody gonna see you post anywhere. Boss removed it. What happened with our rights of free speech? Controlled by satanic mainstream. No wonder why the kids are growing up with no hope for the future and nowhere to run. The clock is ticking, never going backwards. We cannot allow the evil taking over. We need to fight for the rights of all skin colors. Critical race theory, throw it to the gutter. Shit is being taught in schools, teaching one race to hate the other. What a bummer, the goal was there from the beginning. Takeover of the industry was in control. It's been generations, a division never ending. Notice racism only prevalent with the ones pushing its relevance. They're evil, bred from hell and sin. They want us all dead, we've gotta defend. Notice racism only prevalent with the ones pushing its relevance. They're evil, bred from hell and sin. They want us all dead, we've gotta defend. They hunt the weak and prey with viruses they made. Mass plan to depopulate. This shit is safe to say. Am I risking my life for exposing the demons? Stay assured, I'm not scared of the outcome. My soul has been blessed by the God above. They push the vision in troves. They love it when you in fight mode. This is the plan to fight. Take over the masses at hand. They programmed your brain to think everything hate speech it seems. You can't have freedom of thought, or you labeled a monster as foe. Hey yo, we back up in this shit, releasing fucking hits. Exposing the industry, they saying it's a risk. You think I'm worried about the devil's meanings? It'll scare me, I don't, cause I got my soul protected with the armor of God. Better tell the truth about the fucking front. The game is written, it's only evidently sold. But they play on cause of sacrifice, fans are part of the plot. It's all connected to the new world order, they looking to the top. It's all part of the agenda, they getting pop culture bullshit to manipulate. Make you stupid where you think that there's hundreds of genders. And to call anybody who don't agree homophobic and the non-vaccinated, you attack with violence. The same way Black Lives Matter looters display with they feel the riots. It's all controlled by the satanic elite from sheep compliance. Objective is to program the youth through dead tunes. Schools indoctrinate, don't teach truth. The instructors now teaching based on their feelings, not for educating looks. The society's about to crumble soon. Are we really gonna end up communist boom? You think it's not possible, but they take out the obstacles, pushing over the dominoes. Every institution being held up with a hostage code. Purchase this today.
Zerby Beats.
We gotta protect our future, but that won't happen when they push a vision, trading to the masses. Yeah, I know, really isn't looking good now. The brainwashing the kids hate the freedoms that we found. To uphold this was a very plan from the beginning. Make us take democracy prevail, but it was never living. The elites want to control the world, reset the economy, teach critical race theory, to say white people are Nazis. This shit is not okay, we cannot end up slaves. I'm not getting a microchip in my brain. It doesn't matter what these fucking fools say. Don't believe their propaganda is spewing to decay. The minds of a generation fell to mutilation. Day one is dead with a fake woke connotation. Now we're not the same, they want to separate it. Get the talk away from what is happening, the reset of the nation. Looks like we on dead set, course to annihilation. Do you not understand that the media is the enemy? Got your white narration, now you writing, bitch, that's what what they want. A repeated cycle, cause civil and social unrest. You just a vital part of their plan. Tear down the foundation, bury the land. Is this it? Are we falling into a pit of darkness that cannot ever be fled? I don't know how to explain anymore. The one thing equality or pushing for the world. It's an algorithmic play on division. Can we escape it? Now look degraded, control your vision. Manipulate by the 10 commandments. Destroy foundation, part of the mission. To divide this by race politics, creating an evil system, controlling the masses. Why won't they listen? Fully break down to the opposition. Look what they teach in schools. Admit you're racist, even if you ain't not cool. They spreading hate. Couldn't imagine the day back then, waking up to this terrible place. Kids are being led to bully, bunch of lies. The government's manipulating truth, cut root of ties. It's a threat to our own futures and the rights we live by. Look at who they got in office, puppet strings for puppet eyes. Kids are being led to bully, bunch of lies. The government's manipulating truth, cut root of ties. It's a threat to our own futures and the rights we live by. Look at who they got in office, puppet strings for puppet eyes. How many deaths is it gon' take to wake up all of the slaves? Media power is the brains of these fucking fools, it's insane. They brought the brains with a fake narrative. They're whites, they blacks, it's evident. They evil, but nobody ever gonna make you listen. Sit around the couch, completing their mission. Truth, there's racist white people, but that goes for all skin colors. They want us to judge one another, air to hate crimes to you constantly. They want you dead with a bullet in your head, black, white, yellow. Doesn't matter when we fed the bullshit they air to make us separate us, segregate away from true unification. This shit is not okay, we losing lives over this. We need to escape their grasp, or we go choke on the list of things they want us to hate each other for. Let's be united, not start a war we can't give in to this downfall. We need to pray for the sinful heart. This shit is not okay, we losing lives over this. We need to escape their grasp, or we go choke on the list of things they want us to hate each other for. Let's be united, not start a war we can't give in to this downfall. We need to pray for the sinful heart. These motherfuckers ain't full of me, I'm not a damn slave to their agenda. See, just flip to the news channels to wake up a black man died, to police stay stoked to the area where the camera's on. CNN, NBC, they got a lump sum of money, they don't really give a fuck about the person who died. They love the scenario, airing it all night long. Hate-based crimes, they hit it full power, rewind. It's a money-making scheme, but also a way to fuel the fire. Most people just turn it on, they don't really think about it. Got them hooked like a crack addiction, fake trash to all the masses. They playing a game, it's just we are the pawns to the theme of the board. There's no social division, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. They censor the voice of a million true sayers. They don't give a fuck about First Amendment rights. They get opposed to wake, can't let the masses hear. They will awake critical race theory everywhere. They to blame if you don't know about it. It is safe to way evil at best, so we better go meditate. Find a new light in a settlement to portray. Take over glory, don't let devils win the game. We are united, all races, we all the same. Looting and burning, that's what the news loves. It's a way to create panic and control. It's like a loaded gun to your head. You either choose to be dead or obey, not ever gonna be me.
It is not okay, we losing lives over this. We need to escape their grasp, or we go choke on the list of things they want us to hate each other for. Let's be united, not start a war we can't give in to this downfall. We need to pray for the sinful heart. This shit is not okay, we losing lives over this. We need to escape their grasp, or we go choke on the list of things they want us to hate each other for. Let's be united, not start a war we can't give in to this downfall. We need to pray for the sinful heart.
This shit is not okay, we losing lives over this. We need to escape their grasp, or we go choke on the list of things they want us to hate each other for. Let's be united, not start a war we can't give in to this downfall. We need to pray for the sinful heart. My mind is fighting evil thoughts that exist. Like would the viruses start plotting our downfall as a nation? That's what the fake news plotting to ingrain our culture with COVID stocks. They turn gray like dead roses. Local business cannot open, yell a bunch of brainless mopers. CNN is bullshit and they know it feeds you garbage every day. The same fake woke nonsense propaganda is their name. They're journalists, not real, they fake, obstructing facts to force your belief, manipulate.
They want you to obey, you'll listen to their call.
not me. I sense the fakes. They walk around wanting to take over our freedom. Unify over mistrust, tear down all evil lurking viciously above. The news is rotting your brain, it's killing the memory, draining away. The mainstream masses follow the same. They hooked in every space where we agitate. These people, they evil, they get in the cameras to a crime scene, setting it to portray. The whole country is a hateful place, pushing the false narratives. If it wasn't, then why did Jesse Smollett have to find two Nigerian brothers to fake? I hate crime based on his race, bullshit will play. Not exactly, you not fooling the ones with brains. I see agendas and pockets weighing the headlines and lied about COVID numbers and force vaccinate. Mandating health not gonna happen, don't come this way or I will stash the camera away, break. They want you to obey, you'll listen to their call. Not me, I sense the fakes. They walk around wanting to take over our freedom. Unify over mistrust, tear down all evil lurking viciously above. They really want us dead. Have you not looked up to the sky lately? There's a toxic threat, the chemical fumes blocking out the sun, raining down toxins like a oxygen. Stop labeling it as mere conspiracy, dumbing the head so blind at you shuddering. Do you not see the proof in front of your eyes? Hypnotized by the newscast airing at night. This never used to be a thing. Could look at the sky clear, now it's a dream. The clouds ain't real. Have you noticed it missing until the pollution starts up and they reappearing? It's got people calling me crazy bullshit. They're critical, thinking switch flip to the off position because it is evident. Lines up with the grid resetting, it is unsettling. Look where we headed, it's the wrong direction, not the way to heaven. But down below the elites meddling, they want you dead, and the dirt fertilize their agenda to readily control the information that is peddling rampant through the use. So they brain dead in the head, no freedom to construct their own personal views. We're on the wrong track if we lose identity, no going back. Wake the fuck up, we can't allow the American dream to be smothered by these rich assholes, forcing us dead broke. They bring the fortune home. Did you think the pandemic was a real thing? They created it in a lab overseas, man, is making you comply to forcibly get a vaccine. Gates fully behind the whole thing is obscene. Notice the ones getting the sickest got booster shot number 3. You don't gotta listen, but I'm telling the truth that they're really hiding. Want us dead? Have you not looked up to the sky lately? There's a toxic threat, the chemical fumes blocking out the sun, raining down toxins like a oxygen. They really want us dead. Have you not looked up to the sky lately? There's a toxic threat, the chemical fumes blocking out the sun, raining down toxins like a oxygen. They really want us dead. Have you not looked up to the sky lately? There's a toxic threat, the chemical fumes blocking out the sun, raining down toxins like a oxygen. Life feels like sometimes it is stuck deep within a prison. Feel like you ain't gonna make it out with your own vision. Loss of focus, maybe a symptom of failure. Had a lot of direction, now you trying to figure out how to stand back up. The people just keep talking like they understand what you felt like deep within a coffin. Dead body stacked taller than a yacht that was bought in the Bahamas. Yeah, that's a lot of potential the youth be showing, but they medicated. Feeling like pills are the only option for the sedation. The feeling of nothing at all that is destroying creativity. The media, industrial machine, they want us not to see the issues that exist in the system. Don't try to break the seam, sit inside your room quarantined with a belief that you're free. Waste away in the fake space that you achieve. Don't try to reach for the truth, or you label conspiracy wanting to conspire free speech. They lead us to believe that we are the future of dreams, but we really dreaming when we think we holding the key. Stand up tall, we've gotta fight for our rights to democracy. Now character don't matter, judge the color, land of the free. They tried to change the voting outcomes, open borders to all. Got the kids all blind with medication apps they install. Fake news infiltrating minds, creating racial divide. Not playing into the forced outcome, I'm not a sheep, will never comply. Look at the situation that we face and wake up to annihilation. It could happen any day, but I'm still not gonna be complacent. Break down what you don't know and try to put it back together. It's the same damn process of indoctrination, but backwards it goes like this. Starts with the progression of the system, good outlook, but the communism never died, hid deep in the background. Gotta find ways to attack the system, forcing an outcome that creates division inside the country. It is a platform. They play sacred, get addicted to Twitter. They cannot get off the app. The social function is pulling in figure stats and algorithms. Help to build further adjustments to stealthier missions. The kids are invaded, their minds are so basic without literature. The destruction of the educated, breaking the system regulated. Easy to consume all the information so steady. They made it virtual hit list. Wind to poison, now they struck to the abyss. Thrown to the desk where they don't even care about the shit.
They lead us to believe that we are the future of dreams, but we really dreaming when we think we holding the key. Stand up tall, we've gotta fight for our rights to democracy. Now character don't matter, judge the color, land of the free.
They tried to change the voting outcomes, open borders to all. Got the kids all blind with medication apps they install. Fake news infiltrating minds, creating racial divide. Not playing into the forced outcome, I'm not a sheep, will never comply.
The world I see today ain't the same anymore. The smoke rising in the distance, covering the very floor that I stand on. The art of war is taking a toll on the youth. Media lying to cover the truth, yeah. Bloody and torn, it's all crumbling away. The very freedoms that they died for its sake, they rolling in the dirt like worms dug up for fishing. I'm wishing they didn't. The current administration does not care. They wanted your vote to suppress your self-care, to get you not to think. They want you to believe in America first. Communism is even in the United States is not healthy. Since Biden, the riots are increasing at multiple altitudes. Cartel members entering with the trafficking, serving the land. We are one, white, black, brown, yellow, we defending the sun. We can't let the amendments get tossed away. That shit ain't just paper, it's protecting our way of life. Do you wanna live chained to another, get forcibly microchip plantations coming, we dying this summer. Can't say what you want unless you wanna suffer. This shit is real, don't believe me, you gonna be in for it. You lost a game of life cause you so ignorant. I'm protecting my future, keep thinking it's irrelevant. This is the starting of a new revolution. Surrender, we cannot give up our voices. We will not take a kneel down, we will not obey their commands inbound. They will try to come and strip apart the very fabric of our heart. Unification, that's just a ploy. They hold you in with chains. I'm even trying to deploy all the rights given to me to defend this soul. It's supportive about the work I put in the thought. Thinking everyone is blind to bullshit, but they wrong. Preparing for a massive on a country not divided. They started a race war, think you Biden. All you ass sickening politicians writing a to the devil, needing more sin. This is true hate, let it rain, start pouring the blood of the citizens flowing towards Washington. Time ticks away to all we've ever known, a calling of a hero to the world unknown. The days ain't feeling quite right. Division of the masses only centralized. We should be guiding each other to commonize. Let's not allow them to enact a governing mind. The inflation is rising, they monopolize. I try to rest my mind, but the stress forces reside. Resentment of our freedoms fully compromised. For temporary pleasures we defend that right. Yo, look, these people do not care about you or me. They working with Satan, the puppet strings, but pulling them follow your beliefs. They just wanna destroy the American dream. Try to separate us by race. They just want us fighting in the streets so they can call over the newscast. Get it trending all over the Twitter, Facebook, social feeds, in your protests. It's all part of moving gears to their machine. Federal government, they are the real threat. January 6th was the theater show dead. Say Republican, Democrats both want you in debt. They don't want you having any rights. We're viewed as less, but we gotta unite. If we don't, Kamala gonna be president. Wait, hold up, she's unqualified. Couldn't even visit the border, counting illegals as citizens. It's a planned takeover. The days ain't feeling quite right. Division of the masses only centralized. We should be guiding each other to commonize. Let's not allow them to enact a governing mind. The inflation is rising, they monopolize. I try to rest my mind, but the stress forces reside. Resentment of our freedoms fully compromised. For temporary pleasures we defend that right. They're gonna come for our rights, don't ever comply. If they try to come for my gun, I'ma spray on sight. It was written in the light, under the founding fathers' eyes. Knew they'd come for freedom one day, using media to divide. It's indoctrination of the nation, youth the addicted social function. Communist placement, TikTok designed to ruin society. Attention span decaying and they got you looking at race more the character. What a shameful change of direction, they got us taken. We gotta be like China, no doubt, with the social credit tracing everything that you say. The days ain't feeling quite right. Division of the masses only decentralized. We should be guiding each other to commonize. Let's not allow them to enact a governing mind. The inflation is rising, they monopolize. I try to rest my mind, but the stress forces reside. Resentment of our freedoms fully compromised. For temporary pleasures we defend that right.
Time ticks away to all we've ever known, a calling of a hero to the world unknown. Sometimes you feel as though you know the devil by heart, he's right there. Made a friendship with you, you thought it was truth. You fell for the contract by eating the fruit. Is that what God wanted for you? He gave you his glory, you sold it for infinite youth. There's no way out now, you're held by the roots. The blood that you gave is what the roots. What the manuscript predicted. All these people becoming vicious. Did they end up diving headfirst into a bill addiction? Get the last bit of their dollars to obtain their mission. Devil works hard here. You think you live peacefully, but you fear away from the soul that needs to be cleaned. It's sad when you get paid. Lose faith, isn't you only been using it when you're low on change. The darkness will consume at the end of the day. There's lots of bad and some of good. We need to choose the way. It may start getting hard to breathe, but do not lose hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Just don't walk alone. Lone, lone, lone. Just don't walk alone. Lone, lone, lone. Just don't walk alone. Yeah. Don't walk alone. God gave us all options, but we are too toxic. Humanity plagues in itself to a coffin. Why do we listen to darkness when it was the one to start this? The destruction of the planet for the thicket of the knowledge fed medicines to stop it, the depression. We are gunners drifting in a desert. Forgot how to read a compass. Can't seem to relocate. The sun is bearing down. Sweating out the last chance to save lost souls now. It seems that they are tearing down the foundations and holiness created for temporary safety. We are positive, they just play us going inevitable in the wrong direction. Caution delivered but never projected. Word of the say that they were balancing the population. Scared it was coming but not gonna accept it, cause I know that there is better waiting further in the next stages. I don't need approval to be dangerous, doing it regardless. If they approve it, then nothing gonna try erasing us with toxins. The darkness will consume at the end of the day. There's lots of bad and some of good. We need to choose the way. It may start getting hard to breathe, but do not lose hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Just don't walk alone. Lone, lone, lone. Just don't walk alone. Lone, lone, lone. Just don't walk alone. Yeah. Don't walk alone. Wondered why the problems don't ever seem to subside. I just want the ability to free think wide. Every moment wasted away takes time away from life, and the current direction headed just ain't right. The news portraying the bad, no good ever in sight. Try to get the honest truth, you've got no chance to try. And society is crumbling right in front of your eyes. What happened to common sense? Now zombies prowl at night. Yeah, I just wanna get back home, back to the good old days where I had the stability to overcome fate and make way for the positives that overcome my brain. Now I sit inside a dark vessel with a hand grenade. Think it's pulled, but I'm definitely not waiting around to find out. Need to get the fuck away, cause someone's social lost and found. The news be programming this correct depression. Politicians playing us like a chess pawn full session. How the fuck are people still believing the lies? It's really tearing up my mind, seeing idiots comply because it affects everyone. Insert a new time, got me stressed about the minute, but the hours I'm dying. I try to keep the overthinking to a minimum. A cynical, eating away at the very thought of forgetting words I wrote, but could never find the starting of the process. When I woke up in bed, late slept, head feels like death. Feels like I am losing hope, don't know where the fuck to go. When I'm free falling miles deep into a hole, to think I'm crazy, taking routes unknown. I don't comply with orders, never gonna bow to evil. No chance getting this. Don't ever seem to subside. I just want the ability to free think wide. Every moment wasted away takes time away from life, and the current direction headed just ain't right. The news portraying the bad, no good ever in sight. Try to get the honest truth, you've got no chance to try. And society is crumbling right in front of your eyes. What happened to common sense? Now zombies prowl at night.
threat of evil pushing further into these lands that we stand. Institutions used to educate, now they pushing the plan. Reform social values, alienate the ones who don't comply. Now you've got the children fighting for the government's right.
They're getting brainwashed to think that socialism is better than having a free dream. Think you're about to be happy but you will own nothing. How about the right to free speech? No, we ain't bluffing, but you seem to be okay because you got a bunch of apps. Instagram, Instakarma for the real life you lack. They propagate hatred to the brain, dangerous guys, but they be calling you racist when you appropriate facts to the masses. Look, these people are evil, they tearing down the foundation, take away your freedoms. The Constitution is now apparently racist. Old white people made it, now it needs changing. This is how they put us all in chains, make everything about race, make us hate to play. The system was built eventually to fall, but the youth indoctrinated and they toppling it over with a fake woke mindset that they really push forward.
Look at the schools teach kids to accept socialism is a great thing indeed. Shit has been in the working for many of these years. Make democracy and freedom as a whitewash dream. Don't listen, stop obeying mass mandates. If your teacher is teaching primarily on race, they a bitch. Part of the agenda taking is at the social media kids who believe that Fauci is a role model. Creepy Joe one legally. They got your brain in chains, mass manipulative ways. The government taking over, call it purposeful decay.
The light's in reach, but I don't know if we ever about to see the end of the tunnel. The communism sat in the darkness and it found a path straight through when institutions crumbled.
The threat of evil pushing further into these lands that we stand. Institutions used to educate, now they pushing the plan. Reform social values, alienate the ones who don't comply. Now you've got the children fighting for the government's right.
They're getting brainwashed to think that socialism is better than having a free dream. Think you're about to be happy but you will own nothing. How about the right to free speech? No, we ain't bluffing, but you seem to be okay because you got a bunch of apps. Instagram, Instakarma for the real life you lack. They propagate hatred to the brain, dangerous guys, but they be calling you racist when you appropriate facts to the masses.
This world is falling apart, it's breaking down at the seams. The sky is turning blood red as children OD in streets. The values we all once held, it disappears. I held my hope up so high, now it's turned to fear.
The weight of the world's on my shoulders. Know that I'm not dead, but I'm scared of when I'm older. This ain't looking good, the direction that we heading looks to be downwards. And the fake woke masses never thought about the outcome. What happened to the morals that we had? I'm feeling weightless, dead set to the sun. Never back to idiocracy will be the downfall of our freedom. Stranded oxygen for gold and we cannot breathe it all. Like a satellite nearing a free fall.
Why is the planet on the verge of collapse? Felt a cataclysm, now me on the way back. Everything that we had going different way is now being sent backwards into a black hole decayed. The schools teaching kids to hate a certain race, tear down monuments hoping to erase history, but it will never go away. They want a great reason to depopulate.
I feel like death is lurking in the shadows and it's always been there, but the light protects me from the evil seeping everywhere. It's part of the agenda. They stuck into the White House with a bunch of dumbass people ignoring the whereabouts. This is called a great reset. We playing the game, we don't get second chances. This was the plan all along for us to witness damage that destroys the foundation, makes us all wanna hate it, but the change is already done. Now we stuck with the blank statements.
This world is falling apart, it's breaking down at the seams. The sky is turning blood red as children OD in streets. The values we all once held, it disappears. I held my hope up so high, now it's turned to fear.
They got your mind in a prison, label good people terrorists, the one standing for the freedom of American citizens. And they label a threat to democracy, but it's really socialism. Who's the real victim of the system? They play the masses. They want you thinking we the enemies, but they are fascists. Look what is happening, they causing all the social distractions. Knowing that you an idiot, brainwashed with the apps on your smartphone. Send me out to orbit to a place I could die alone. I may die alone, but I don't really give a damn. I got freedom of thought and I'm following God's plan to put me on a hit list. I am spreading the true vision, lacking oxygen happens when you fight for the innocent. They may got it, they may be able to breathe, but they won't make it past the day of reckoning. They waste away their lives using social networks. I am fighting for the rights of the greater good.